Caitlin Clark stalker receives 2 years prison sentence after pleading guilty. A Texas man who was harassing WNBA superstar Caitlin Clark online has been sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. Michael Lewis was arrested in January in Indianapolis, a mile away from where Clark's team, the Indiana Fever, plays their matches. Authorities said that Lewis sent hundreds of threatening and sexually explicit messages to the 23-year-old over the course of a month. Clark told police she had to change her appearance in public due to fear. The 55-year-old denied the posts being threatening, noting that he was writing them for just the same reason everybody makes posts. He also told police that he had an imaginary relationship with Clark. During a contentious court hearing on Monday, July 28, Lewis told the judge that he wanted Clark to be safe and aimed to point out holes in her security. The judge in the case warned that his remarks could breach his plea bargain with prosecutors. Lewis had been facing up to 6 years in prison for harassment and stalking. Officials praised Clark for coming forward with her concerns about the posts, as prosecutor Ryan Mears shared after the sentencing. No matter how prominent a figure you are, this case shows that online harassment can quickly escalate to actual threats of physical violence. It takes a lot of courage for women to come forward in these cases, which is why many don't, he added. Lewis was ordered to have no contact with Clark and not to use the internet during his prison term. Along with that, he was directed to keep his distance from all of Fever's games. Final decision made in Caitlin Clark stalker court case. Typically, when Caitlin Clark's name graces the headlines, it's for a record-breaking performance or for spending hours signing WNBA fans' autographs. However, Monday's headlines took on a more serious tenor through no fault of Clark. Over the past year, a 55-year-old Texas man named Michael Lewis has been held in custody in Marion County due to allegations of him stalking and harassing Clark. Court documents state that Lewis, who resides in Denton, Texas, traveled to Indianapolis to stalk Clark. It's been reported that Lewis sent Clark hundreds of sexually explicit messages and threats on X from December 12, 2024 until January 11, 2025. Lewis was arrested 1 day later. On Monday, a final decision was made as Clark's stalker was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. Lewis will serve approximately 18 months due to time served. The details of the case have been made public, including the messages the man sent to Clark. Here is a small collection of these messages. Been driving around your house 3x a day, but don't call the law just yet. The public is allowed to drive by Gainbridge, aka Caitlin's field house. I'm getting tickets. I'm sitting behind the bench, another message read. They said I was sending threatening texts, but the only though on my mind was. Caitlin Lewis's message to Clark read.